Hi there, Capricorn. Thank you so very much for tuning in. This is your June reading. Thank you for your patience with it. I will say this, that energy is fluid, of course, so it may permeate a little before June and a little past the 15th of the month. Okay. Capricorn. As I was zeroing in on your energies before I turned on the camera, I kept hearing tying your shoelaces, tying your shoelaces, tying the knot. Something about coming out with something, absolutely coming out with something. Transformational, and you're coming out with it all. Aha. Okay. I was compelled to spread the cards out in an interesting fashion. Okay, and I've been compelled to do it in this way for a number of signs so far. And you pulled a lot of major arcana, Capricorn. You pulled the Hanged Man. You pulled Justice, overlaying a very thick stack of cards. The Empress, also overlaying a very thick stack of cards. The Hermit, the Fool, the World, the Sun, the Tower. Capricorn. There is an absolute closing of one door and entering through a new. But there is this period of needing to come to full terms with, what shoes do I want to tie the laces to? Before I tie my laces, right, I tie this knot and I start moving and I start working and I start, right, creating what will bring me the sense of ultimate satisfaction, emotionally especially. I must first enter this process of discerning with utmost clarity, with final clarity, what's going to bring me that sense of ultimate soul satisfaction, emotional bliss, and harmony. And so it's very interesting because Cancer pulled the same two cards, overlaying one another, both in reverse. The Hermit in reverse, the Ace of Swords in reverse. You have the Fool, and it's at your base, it's at your very base. You have the Fool looking over at this interaction here, with the Justice mirroring the Fool. So, 3 major arcana in your base, significant major arcana, speaking to an absolute change transformation. And this change, Capricorn, you are turning the leaf. Once you clear house, once you step away from whatever this old world is, right? You start completely anew. But it's the process of discerning exactly how we even want to take this old world down. How are we going to communicate about the taking down of this old world? What is our personal truth? What do we feel is the best way to go about this change? There may be many options, 5 of Wands, many options. We may feel that, right, our perception of what's right and wrong may face some form of oppression from others. We may hold different viewpoints. You and I, them and them, right? It's like, ultimately, the decision is yours, Capricorn. And not everybody is going to even understand it, right? But it's your sense of personal conviction with which you even make this decision, that enables it, that capacitates it. And you've decided once and for all to set down the analysis paralysis, seeing the same situation from a million different angles, right? For the sake of making the decision that is just purely right for you. Because when it's right for you, and you do what is you make the decisions that you feel truly aligned with, right? Look at the alignment of the sword slicing right between these two cats. When you are in alignment, Cancer, right? That energy is contagious. And doing what's right for you is what's right for others. When you are your best you can better serve others, right? All are one. So you're coming to this point of prioritizing your own sense of personal conviction, ruminating deeply, researching, heeding carefully what it is that I want to say, how I want to communicate my truth, what is my truth with utmost clarity, down to the very detail, right? Not just like, I want to move, I want to change houses, right? This doesn't do it for me. But that doesn't do it for me, and what does? That doesn't do it for me, and how do I recoil from that world? It may absolutely pertain to career, finances, and perhaps even the merging of career, finances, and emotional satisfaction. You may be desiring to strike out on your own. It may be that the pursuit of a path that speaks to your independence, entrepreneurism even, you feel will allow for opportunities of all kinds to come about. Like if I, right? If only once I am set free from this standstill, okay, the world that just does not do it for me, does not speak to my truth, I could embark upon so very much. Whereby I know that the transmutation of emotional dissatisfaction that has been perhaps in unions or in a union that I've been contributing to for quite some time, right? That I've felt for quite some time. Was not quite right for me. Right? Coming to terms with who you are, Capricorn, and what you need as an independent individual in order to create the life that you desire, that you want to lead. And you're coming to the point of, I can no longer be bound to what doesn't serve me, to what I've just known. There's a split in the deck, right? I feel it. There's just a split in the deck, and I can't hide that. I can't hide that, and it's up to me to transmute that, and it's up to me to take control for what I create. And you may be feeling that the world that you've been contributing to somehow inhibits that sense of childlike wonder to create the world that you desire. And so we have here 2 tens for you. 10 of Cups. 10 of Wands. It is beyond clear for you, Capricorn, that your environment, the people you associate with, perhaps for some of you I'm feeling, your social circumstance, the community that you engage in, your perception of self even perhaps within your community is up for change and transmutation. 10 of Wands. Mirroring the reverse 3 of Cups. And where previously you may have been at a standstill with that. Well, what do I really feel? Does the situation do it for me or does it not? Are the cups in the sky and it's daytime, or are they on the mountain and it's night? What is my reality? My reality is my reality. How I see it to be, how I feel it to be. What I've known, what I've felt for so long to be something that I can no longer, right? Convince myself that I don't somehow feel is there. And it's the transmutation of the ways in which you have dealt with what you felt and what you desire to create that is changing. And with that comes this emotional release, this emotional revelation. This understanding that it's up to me to express my truth, to embark upon a path, and doing so, a path that, in doing so, that plane. This may be an actual move for a number of you, Capricorn, and Cancer got a similar energy, okay? But, right, doing so, I know is going to, I feel will offer me opportunities that this old world, this old conventional world, did not. And my intuition has been hangering, just hangering, poking and prodding me to make this change. These emotions that I've held inside, High Priestess at the very base, mirroring the Hierophant. You've known what you've felt as an individual, okay? Capricorn. And the world is waiting for you to pursue that truth. Of course, it's the general reading, Capricorn, right? So take it as you will. Always heed your personal intuition, right? And it'll be different for everyone. So, but as I'm feeling it for you, okay, there is this sort of oasis land, this shift, rather, in circumstance, in position, in place, in environment, in the way that we see ourselves within the world as the creator of our world, as creators, that you're yearning to embark upon. It's the discovery of this world that is underway by way of the clarity of where you've been. What about that world did not suffice, just did not suffice? And how you are to, I'm hearing, retrace the steps for some of you, and rebuild, reclaim, restake your land where you call home. And I'm feeling it's not purely physical. It's not purely three-dimensional. It's also spiritual to a certain degree, in the sense that I'm feeling you're seeking higher meaning and purpose in whatever it is that you accomplish in the world, that you pursue, and that you call your own, your home. What you desire, Capricorn. But you're realizing it's like, I gotta get off my horse, right? And I gotta run. Rather, I've gotta fly, right? Capricorn, earth energy. Land animals, right? You're like, remaining stagnant in a world that I feel in some way responsible for, indebted to, perhaps, in some kind of way as I feel it, isn't going to speak to me as an individual, right? It's like looking at this Mother of Pentacles like this, right? Covering half of the card. When we disclose the other half, there is another, right? Little baby, Daughter of Pentacles. Right? So, and there's a groundedness to them both, right? The feeling I'm getting here is like the Devil card, okay, for you specifically here. And it's interesting because we see two characters on this card, two characters on this card. The Lovers, the Mother of Pentacles, with her child. So there's something about recognizing the need for flight, translocation, movement, change that will bring about a sense of self-sufficiency for all involved, for all parties. But again, it requires you to step down from what you've felt fixed to in some kind of way. And this may be, again, the self-talk, right? The rational mind. How we've seen ourselves to be a part of a certain community, a part of a certain thought group, right? A way of thinking, believing, and behaving even, perhaps, for some of you. But at the very center here, Capricorn, you have the Empress in reverse, overlaying the Seven of Wands, overlaying the Ace of Wands, overlaying the Emperor. You have a pair here. Okay, and Cancer got the Emperor in reverse and the Two of Pentacles upright in their theme. So, and they were in succession together. So I'm feeling that there absolutely is some crossover between you and Cancer. If you know a Cancer, if you have a Cancer rising, ascendant, or moon sign, or if you have a lot of Cancer in your chart, then you may want to check that video out. If you don't know your signs, you can click the link below in the description box that I provide, and you can compute them that way. But nonetheless, there's a lot of fire here. The resurgence of the recognition that there's more to the world that you want to create. But it may mean taking down, right? The world that inhibits, right? It's like the prototype, the stage prop, something about the stage prop. It's time to take it down and, right, pave the way for this fool to embark upon its journey. But the Fool's looking into the past, right? Emphasis being on justice, then the Hermit with the Ace of Swords. So there's this, again, this clarity that must be brought to, that ultimate finality, okay? Where you even, look, it's like, it's a matter of understanding what this world has been and why you want to transform from it. and what you hope to create by way of this transformation. What is your dream, Capricorn? I'm compelled to ask that. Okay. I'm compelled to ask that. Two of Wands in reverse, overlaying the Father of Wands upright, overlaying the Six of Wands upright. You've got so much fire here, Capricorn. The Mother of Wands in reverse. Okay. Taking the bull by the horns, that leads you into this new world, mirroring the world. But the Two of Wands is in reverse, and it's pointing down to this decision, this clarity yet again. What's the path? What's the path that's going to get me there? What's the path that the Fool must traverse to reach the Forgotten Lands, the new world? That path is of my making. It's of my own. And it's paved by way of the clarity that I draw, first and foremost, in and of myself, understanding, right, who I am and how I may be different from others. And what that means about, right, how I conduct my life and the world that I partake in, that I call my own, yet again, my home. And there's been this overriding, presiding sense of time that is needed to come to this point of clarity once and for all. You've been waiting. Waiting. I see you hanging in this tower, in this tree, right, as this bat. Like, I know this thing's coming down, right? But I'm waiting on this duo to say what they need to say to make their final piece. And this change, Capricorn, may absolutely mean leaving a world behind that offered you some form of abundance. Okay, but I'm feeling that this abundance did not fully capacitate your sense of independence, and there may have been associated with it, attached to it in some way, so to speak, a feeling of even needing to escape from all of this comfort, this luxury, this materialism. I'm getting this thinking of this overstability, like being so consumed by what it is that we consume, right? That we feel emotionally connected to it, and that causes us to desire an escape route of some kind, to seek a higher meaning, a higher purpose, a higher calling. And whatever this abundance, whatever the situation that speaks of technical comfort, I'm getting like lavishness, right, may be associated with a partnership of some kind, or even self-talk of some kind, thought patterns, ways of perceiving comfort and stability, right, security, that held us in a state of feeling bound to whatever it is that we deem comfortable, stable, secure, right? So, and you're leading out of that. You're being led out of that. And here is your very own card, the Devil. Right, this fire-footed goat in reverse, next to the Son of Swords, next to Seven of Swords, Son of Wands, fire. And I would feel this as earth fire for you. I would say it as earth fire for you, especially as I'm feeling it here. Okay, this fire-footed goat. And the Seven of Pentacles. So you have two sevens here. Seven of Pentacles, Seven of Swords, right after one another. And the Seven of Pentacles is leading straight out of the Nine of Pentacles. So whatever the situation was, okay, Capricorn, you're realizing remaining here is not going to take me to the world I dream of, to the lands I dream of. Even if it, right, even if it means setting down a relationship, a partnership that, right, I feel or I felt somewhat dependent on, perhaps, in the past, right? The devil can speak of codependence in some situations, right? And of course, general reading, take it as you will, Capricorn, but there's the setting down of this insistence on attaining, first and foremost, comfort in lieu of the pursuit of passion, curiosity, youthfulness, lightness, right? It's like setting all these pentacles down and, right, planning that escape, to which point you feel unbound and ready to take flight. Right? I'm hearing truth of emotional revelation of emotional truth, rather. There is this coming out. There is this recognition that it's a matter of coming out, of setting down the intellectual mind and having a talk with our emotions in that heart space. Ultimate honesty with ourselves. And understanding where in the past you may have felt a need to repress in some way what you've felt so strongly. And coming out with that, Capricorn, may absolutely mean making a decision that defies common sense, perhaps, in some ways I'm getting that. Groupthink. Okay. I'm also hearing the laws of attraction. Okay. It's like you're defying what is conventional, what is the status quo, what is technically right, so that you can pursue what brings you into the light, your light, the sun, the turning of the wheel, the turning of the night to the day, right? Which you've been waiting so very long for. The hanged man hanging in the dark, waiting for the day to come, to take this flight, right? And so it's been this feeling of, look, Capricorn, the sun is in reverse, right? Father of Swords is upright. Five of Swords is in reverse. It's a matter of realizing I've got to take my sword and wield it. My sword, right? How I feel is my truth. And that, right, is what I must exert to make it to the dawn of my day, of my new day, of my new life that I seek to build for myself, right? I can't just stand or hang and wait for the day to come before I profess this truth. First, right, it's mirroring. These two cards are mirroring one another. First, I must come to this point of aligning completely with what is my truth. And that is what leads me to this new world. Okay. There's this circularity, right, that we see on the sun card. and that we see on the World card, and that we see on the Ten of Cups, as well as, I would say even the Hermit, right? There's this incubation of some sort here. And an alluding to light, right? The illumination of what is real to you. And also the Wheel of Fortune, right? Which you pulled. So it's like, I must come to terms with me so that, right, my world comes full circle. My world comes full circle. And as I was setting these cards down, the Five of Swords slid out. This is incredibly, incredibly strong energy here. Okay, there is a focus, a need to align completely with what is our truth, our personal truth, right? You pull Justice, you pull the Five of Swords, you pull the Ace of Swords beneath the Hermit in reverse, Ace of Swords in reverse. There is a need to completely discern our right from our wrong, so to speak. Our path that does compel us, that drives us along it, and that which, yet again, right, impedes our sense of inborn curiosity. And the discovery of self as an individual Capricorn. I feel that that's ultimately what this Fool card speaks to for you. A path towards the discovery of who I am and what I am to create. Beautiful. Thank you so very much, Capricorn, for tuning in. I hope that this reading was helpful for you. Please feel free to tune into your Ascendant, Rising, or Moon sign as well, as oftentimes those may provide you with further insights into your situation. I know, for example, I resonate a lot with my Moon, even more than my Sun sometimes. It depends, but you can check your signs below. If you don't know them, you can compute them via the link below in the description box that I provide, and that will compute your signs for you. All right, but just make sure that you have your very correct birth time down to the very minute when calculating those signs, as even a few minutes off can change some signs here and there. Most likely your Ascendant, Rising, perhaps your Moon, maybe not. So if you know the general interval of time you were born during, then it may not change your Moon. All right, so thank you so very much again for tuning in, Capricorn. Enjoy June, and I will see you soon. Bye.